Hello everyone, welcome to Hybrid Budgets. This video is a bit of a different one. So this is going to be my cash stuffing video for the month of July. I am doing the rabbit ears on purpose because if anyone has watched my videos, they know I do all my budgeting on the pots. I use Monzo, but there's loads of other ones you can use, like Starling or whatnot. And I love it. I love the pots. It's working really well for me. Cash for me as well is really difficult to use just because, well, I suppose I make it difficult to use just because of the nature of my job and work and stuff. And I just find it so easy having everything on my phone. So I literally don't own a purse. All my cards I leave at home, and I usually have them on Google Pay, which does scupper me up sometimes, but not usually. So yeah, I, as a result, don't use cash or try not to use cash at all. I don't have the need for it particularly, but I know it works really well in motivation. It works really well in like tangible seeing what you're earning. And I've really missed that. And I was like, this is, and I feel like I'm doing well, but I feel like I could do better. And a part of me was like, do I cash stuff? But I just thought, you know what, I'm going to take money out and I've got nowhere to hold it. I'm probably going to lose it. And the nature of my work is I work on site, so I was like, I'll probably get lost in that somewhere and it won't do anyone any good. So I was like, right, I'm not going to go to that. But I have seen loads of different videos. I've been doing loads of like research. I say research, I've been watching loads of YouTube videos. And I love the way that people use placeholders. So this is for the stuff which is your really long-term sinking funds where you're getting into like the hundreds of pounds, where it's probably not safe to keep it all in one binder. So you use placeholders like every 50 or so to basically say that's in the bank. So I thought, well, I could do that exact logic. So I have this fake money, which I bought for my niece a while back. It's theatre money, I believe they call it. So you have this band on. So when it like is on the side in a movie or whatnot, it looks like real money. But when you take the band off, it says specimen. It's also got no back, and it's 10% larger, I believe, just so it's not deemed as deemed as real money. So I have wadges of this, so I thought, right, I'm going to put this to good use and use these as my placeholders. So like you'd have like the laminate ones that say 1,000 or fully funded or whatnot, I'm essentially going to use these. Also, it means I can cash stuff, which I love the aesthetic of it. I love watching people's cash stuffing videos. But obviously, there's sort of like no point me doing it, cash stuffing it, and then taking it back to the bank. Whereas with this, it's, like I say, I'm just using these as placeholders. Right, I have waffled on so much. So the things I will be cash stuffing today, I've just done my July budget video, so let me just get that out. So this is my July budget. You don't need to read it, so I won't zoom in. So with this, I have various items that are my sinking funds and annual funds. So these ones here all go from my Nationwide account to my Monzo account, and then they go in various pots. And what I've done is for all the ones that are for savings challenges, I've taken that as the placeholders. So this might be a bit clearer. These are all the things I had to transfer across this month. So I had £5 in the account fee, £300 in joint, hair and beauty, hobbies and entertainment. So these are your standard pots, your standard envelopes you probably would cash, but I do them in pots. I'm not going to cash stuff all of this because some of these are variable. They'll go up and down in the month, such as like health, hair and beauty, like I will be spending from my virtual card, so that'll go up and down. So there's no point doing it with placeholders because they're just going to move all the time. But what I have done it with is the ones with the asterisks, which is holiday, Christmas, mum, dad and home improvement. Mum and dad is a debt I'm paying off to my mum and dad, just to clarify things. Home improvement is obviously things like your home maintenance. This will be ever so slightly variable because I do have a card linked to it, but I'm not going to spend on it for a while. We've done all our DIY for this summer. We might have a little splurge towards Christmas to get stuff ready for Christmas, but as a rule, we're not really going to dip into that one. We've got some set goals we want for our house anyway, so I thought that would be a good one to stuff. So I've asterisked all those. Those come to £80. So I've got £80 here in specimen, in what do you call them, placeholders. So 10, 20, 30, 40. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. And this is what I've budgeted for this month to go towards my savings challenges. So holiday, I'm doing Save the Year. Mum and Dad, I'm doing Knockout 9. Home improvement is getting Split, Splat, Splot. And then I've got £120 to go towards the 52-week savings challenge. I've just realised I've made a cock up there because I've not transferred that over. So I'm going to get £120 over. Sorry, that's all sorted now, so I've just added the extra 120. I need to make sure I transfer over to Monzo for the 52-week savings challenge. So that one also needs a little asterisk. And I've got that already in cash as well. So that's £120 for the savings challenge. Oh, why are my tens all the wrong way? And then I've also got the £80 for the other challenges as well. So, in fact, let me just split these up. And what I've said is, so this is what I budget monthly, or will be budgeting monthly going forward for these savings challenges, because some of them, they just have a high limit anyway. So like Split, Splat, Splot, the most you're going to use on the challenge is £10. So I've allocated £10 to it. Some of the other ones like Knockout 9, I've allocated 25 to it, but it could be a lot less. It could be ever so slightly more. So what I'm saying is, if it is more, I can utilise money from the eating out fund I have, or if it's less, it will go towards my debt extra overpayment, which is, I think, is what I'm going to use as the first priority, because I do have debt and it would be useful to get that one written off. Perfect. So all I'm going to do is close this one down. Going out my folder. Should have prepared for this earlier. I will keep this open actually in case I need to make a note of what I put in which. So this is my savings challenge folder. Made it myself. Really pleased. So basically, because the money's so big, it's not normal money. None of the normal I don't have the normal folder with me, but none of the normal folders will fit. So their folder length is about here, and it just shreds up the money. So I've got this A5 folder which has the savings challenges in, and I've also made stuff so the envelopes all fit basically. So we're going to start off first by doing the 52-week savings challenge. I'm doing it a bit bizarre way, like everything I do in budgeting, because I don't want to just put it in a random envelope. It would be nice to allocate it to a specific cause, and I think as a result then it will help me, like motivate me, and also it means I can use the roulette app on my phone. So the 52-week savings challenge has various envelopes attributed to it. So sorry, that's the tracker. And then what I'm doing is I can then put them in the various envelopes. So we've got extra over credit card debt, mum and dad, which is a debt to them, holiday, emergency fund, and Christmas. So again, it goes to all my long-term savings goals, but my issue was I didn't really know. Ultimately, it's probably debt I want to pay all the 52 envelopes to, but I thought I'd mix it up a bit, add a bit of a roulette to it and make it a bit more fun. So these are the cards I have done. So these are the 52 cards. Well, I say that on this side. Believe it or not, they are all shuffled. So just for ease and sake of getting them out, I'm just gonna, I'll use this one and just take the top four. So we've got 32, 16, 45 and 33. Oh, that one didn't go through the laminator very well. So with this here, what I'll try and do, if I'm that clever, which I'm really not, and I'm a bit daft on the old technology, is I'm going to pause this now for a minute, because actually I've just realised it's on my phone. Use the roulette to decide where these are going to. Like I say, so are they going to Christmas, emergency fund, holiday, mum and dad, or extra over credit card payment? So I'm just going to pause that now, and hopefully you might see something spinning somewhere that's telling you where these are all going. So depending on how good my digital skills are, you should hopefully see a roulette go around somewhere and it'll basically show what I've just said here. So we've got So I drew, I can't remember which one I drew first, 32, and then that got extra over credit card debt. 16 got mum and dad, 45 got holiday, and then I got 33 as extra over credit card debt again. You'll see on the roulette I've obviously have weighted it more with the extra over credit card debt. Just to me that is like a really big priority. So as much as I love the savings challenges, I do really need to put money towards that. So bro, I'm just going to stuff these now then. And again, just because I use placeholders and the nature of how I'm doing it, I'm going to round these up. It just makes it slightly easier, and also it gives them a little bit more money towards them. So I've got 33 and 32, so that's 35, so it'll be 70. So I've got 20, 40, 60, 70. Ooh. Mum and dad is at 16, so they're going to get 20. And then holiday is going to get 45. 10, 20, 30, 40, 5. Perfect. And I'm just going to scratch those off the tracker as well. So what did we have? We had 45, 16, 32 and 33. I did shuffle them, I promise, although they don't look very shuffled. Well, and like I said, I'm probably going to unstuff these maybe in 3 months, maybe 6 months, depending on how much is in them. But currently this is all just going to sit in one pot called 52 Week Savings Challenge on Monzo, and all that money is going to go to it. So I'm just going to make a note of how much that is and get that all saved. You know what I'm going to do actually? Me being a bit daft, I'm going to just put these in so I know how much is in there. Mum and dad got 16. Well, so that's one challenge down. This is obviously a slightly different envelope, just because it's got so much junk in the trunk. Right, so 52 weeks done. So my mum and dad, their savings challenge is knockout 9. Right, I need some guidance with this one because I am convinced I might be doing this wrong. So I thought it was you roll the dice. You meant to have 2. I've only got 1 dice, so I just have to roll them twice. So 2 and 4. So that's 6. So I can either cross out 6 or I can cross out 4 and 2. I'm going to do 4 and 2. And then let's do it again. 2 and 5. So because I've already done 2, I can't then do that. So I'm going to actually cross out 7. Again, tell me if I'm going right so far. I've seen people do this in different ways. 4 and 1. So I can't do 4 and 1, so I'm going to cross out 5. 3 and 4. So I can't do 7. I could do 3, but I can't do 4. So I'm taking that as I can either cross out 3. Someone explained to me how to do this, or I'm just going to take this as that. So 9, 10, 8, 2. So that's what, 21, 27. Is that right? To knock out 9? Oh my gosh, I need to count. How bad's this? 8 plus 9 plus 6 plus 3 plus 1 is £27. I'm going to write a little note. £27. Again, I'm just going to round that one up, I think, to 30. So I've got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think that's how you pay it, but I'm not too sure. Let me know if not. Also, I've obviously had to make this one for my own binder just so it's the right size and colour scheme. I'm a bit funny about that. I can't remember the lady who sells this, but she does a beautiful one, really lovely. I'll put the link below, so if you do want it, obviously you can get it. So that's got 30 in. What I'm also going to do while I'm here is Mum and Dad have money in their account already. So they've already got 155. So I'm going to, not only, I've obviously done this challenge for this week, but I'm going to add the 155 they've currently got in as well. So I'm going to zoom out just so you can see. So like I say, I'm just going to get these placeholders and, oh, just knocking the thing. So 155, so 155. And then they've got the additional, which we've just put in there. So 155 plus 30 is 185. So this will be like a running total of how much they've got in their account. Perfect. So that's going quite well for Mum and Dad. So this is what I mean. So I budgeted £25 from the July budget to do this. As you can see, it's 30. So what I'm going to do is just take out £5 from the eating out pile I've got here, and just reallocate it basically so that I've got it for the rest of the challenges as well. Hope that makes sense. And I'm going to make a little note of that just to make sure I know I need to transfer that from the eating out fund to Mum and Dad. But I'm not annoyed about that because I've got quite a bit in eating out and it makes more sense to go towards the debt I owe my Mum and Dad. Not that they're like being all bailiffy on me or anything, but just I think in my own head I just want to make sure I'm paying them off. Perfect. So I'm just going to put this on here. So we budgeted, just realised I've got the wrong sheet on. Budgeted 25 for Mum and Dad. So actually we put in 30 because it was 27, and then I used £5 from eating out. So I'm just going to make a note here. Perfect. 52-week savings challenge. What one did that come to? So we budgeted 120 for that one, and it came to 45 plus 35 plus 35 plus, what was that, 16, so 20 is 135. 135 for that one. So again, that's another £15. I just need to make sure. So that's £20 from eating out. Good job I checked that because I wouldn't have taken that out the right account. So £20. I'm just putting a minus there so I know. And again, I'm just going to take that out here so we've got it ready for the other challenges. Perfect. Holiday is save the year. So I'm doing this save the year ever so slightly different just because I've budgeted for holiday to go up to £10. So save the year. So the way this usually works is you can do it in various ways. You can either, so this is July, so you've got loads of sevens and you can count off as many sevens as you've got, or you can either count £7 for each letter, or I'm just going to do it just because my holiday fund is pretty much, it's not there by any means, but it's, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, I can't speak. I'm not, you know, it's next year now. I'm not in too rush to get it up, and there's other bigger things we need to worry about. So for this one, July, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to round that up, so it's going to be 5. So cross that off. £5 for that one. Brown. And then next month is August, so that will get a few more pounds in it. So that's sort of how I'm doing this one. So it's not really much of a challenge, but every little helps. And that was for holiday. So I'm going to put that in, but we've also have money in our holiday pot already. So got £5 in July. It had an existing 110. So now we're up to 115, which is really good. So chipping away at it, but obviously holiday is going to be quite expensive, but we're just saying we're not doing that till next year. So this is the 110, and then we've also got the 5 as well. Perfect. Oh, wrong way. Oh, more fingers and thumbs. Perfect. And then this card can just go into this one here because that one has been used. Brill, so 115 there. I'm just going to make a note here that in this budget, so we allowed for £10, we actually only put in £5 into that one. Then home improvement. So home improvement, I'm doing split, splat, splot. So for anyone who hasn't done it before, it's roll 1 or 2 and split £5 to this challenge and another, or roll 3 and 4 and splat £10 onto this challenge, or roll 5 or 6 and splat £5 to this challenge only. So 1. So roll 1 or 2, split £5 to this challenge and another. So that's a split there. I'm just going to make a little note that it's £5. I've just realised I've not got a total on this one, so I'm just going to have to do it on the back. So this is home improvement for split, splat, splot, and that's already got in 185. So I'm going to start doing a bit of a running total here. So it's currently at 190. Perfect. So I've got £5 from what we've allocated to the challenges, and then I've got to stuff the 185 as well. So I've got 50, 100, 150, 170, 180, 185. Perfect. Well, and then finally, last but not least, is Christmas. This isn't so much a game, it's just a Christmas binder I've got. I've made. So I just did this with my laminating machine, and I don't have like a Cricut or anything fancy, so I just got loads of these numbers for like £1 on Amazon. So put the various, values in. So I'm going to start because Christmas already has 120, so I'm going to get that out. 120. That's the eating out fund, so that reminds me how much is in eating out. And then I allocated another £35 to put in this. So there's 20, 35. We obviously had the 2 5s left over from the other challenge as well. And then, where's that 5 come from? Oh, I'll figure it out. So yeah, I'm going to basically cross these off. So we've got, what did I say, 120 plus 35 is 155. So let's do it in order and see where we get to. 155 minus 10. So we can do that one, obviously. Dub. Minus 40. Minus 15. Minus 50. Right, and then we've got 40 left. So do I do it all in one? Or do I do minus 25? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just to finish that row. And then do a 15 as well. Perfect, so that's tickling away. So I just need to stuff those, of which I might need to get some change sorted because it's looking a bit 50 heavy, but we'll see. So £10. Yeah, I'm going to definitely swap this out for some 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. £10 done. 40. There's 20. 40. 15. Oh, this is so satisfying to go through. 50. Get rid of this bad boy. See what I mean about the size of the envelopes with how big the 50 is? It is redonkulous. 25, 25. You know what? I'm going to swap those 2 10s for a 20. 25. Keep it streamlined. And then we've got the 15 left as well, which is going to be somewhere here. You can tell I really literally had it there. I focus on where these numbers are placed. They're not all over the place at all. 15. Perfect. And then the other £5 could go into this challenge. Let's see if I've got a 10 anywhere, because we had the 2 5s left over. I do have a 10. Perfect. And then I'm not going to stuff that other 5 because I'm not too sure where it's coming from, so it's probably me miscounting somewhere. Those 2 10s. There. Oh, I'm so chuffed. That one is coming along nicely. Cross that 10 off. Fab. So budgeted 35, we've put another 10 in it. So I'm just going to make a note of that. And then I think we're all done. So that was actually came to £45. Brill. Home improvement got 5 because it was the split slot splot. And we only did the 5. Gifts is still getting 0, so that's fine. Perfect. And then I just need to make sure I'm taking 20 out of my eating out and allocating it towards my 52-week savings challenge, and mum and dad as well. Perfect. Well, that's the last of the cash stuffing. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, like I said, a bit weird because I'm obviously using fake money, but like I said, if I use them as placeholders, I quite enjoy it. And yeah, let me know how other people budget the savings challenges, because right, this sounds a bit critical and it's really not meant to be. So I do it so I budget the amount, the max amount it could be, or if it's not that, so for instance where it's Christmas, no, not Christmas, where am I looking, 52 week, I budgeted 120, and it was 135, but I was like, okay, I can take that out of my eating out. Is that what other people do? Or how do you do it? Is it just stuff you use from like a pot where you're like, well, actually that pot is a really nice to have, so if that whole pot disappeared, I can use it on challenges. Yeah, let me know. But I quite like how that's worked out and how that's done. So I know I'm just going to transfer this figure in the pot rather than what I've budgeted, but I'm happy to do that. And perfect. Well, I hope you enjoy. I hope that made sense. And have a good month and happy budgeting.